Alright, hey guys, MJ here from Nitecore Singapore. Today I'm going to show you the 3 things that you must have when you ride at night and why you shouldn't use a handheld light like this for cycling because you might just cause an accident, alright? So if you're here watching this, you're probably looking for a solid bike light for your round island trips or your weekend BT rides at night. You've probably also tried mounting a flashlight like this to your bike handlebar with all kinds of straps and mounts, but it doesn't work because every time you hit a bump, the light will just slide off or bump and then you have to readjust your beam again. It's frustrating, I know, because I've tried all of those before until Nitecore came out with their very first bike light, the BR35. This is the only light that Nitecore has released because a bit of a backstory on this. Our founder of Nitecore, Simon, is an obsessive cyclist, so he took his time to release one of the best bike lights ever. You know, he did it so well that there wasn't a need to release any other models of bike lights ever since. Okay, so here's how it looks like, the BR35, right? Look at that, double LED beams, top and bottom for short range and long range. Alright, micro USB charging port here, and a very solid grip mount at the bottom. Controls, brightness on off, and your very big LED display here. So when it comes to riding at night, there are 3 things that you must have. So first is you must have a light with the correct beam pattern. Okay, so first I tell you why you shouldn't use a tactical light to cycle at night, because the beams on this are round. Okay, when you have a round beam, you will blind the person coming on the opposite direction of you. If a proper bike light should behave like a car headlamp, so the light doesn't go above the person's waist or chest, blinding the person. So here's an example. So imagine that line, the second line is the person's head. So typical lights like this, once you shine, you blind the entire person. You shine on his chest and his face, like this, okay? Whereas the bike headlamp, look, it cuts right at his chest level. So you will never shine up on his face because you're always pointing down. So for those of you that have never been on the receiving end of a tactical light like this, imagine riding on a road and then the guy on his bike flash you suddenly with strobe. I mean, that's insanely bright. With something like this in your face, can you still drive? Or can you still focus on cycling the straight path? No, you'll be hit with a wall of light. Okay, so I know that some of you have your lights on strobe, you know, when someone blocks your right of way or the kind of thing. So this is actually very bad cycling etiquette. Okay, so you might think that, okay, I just high beam the guy and then I cycle on, right? But your high beam burns his retina, so for the next 5-10 seconds he cannot see. So if there's a turn right and then you blind him first, and then he's gonna go straight into the drain, because you know these things are meant to blind people. They will leave a mark on the eye. Okay, so don't ever use tactical lights. You may very well cause a very serious accident. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's show you how a proper bike light should behave. Here's a BR35. Press the middle one to on and off. Once you turn it on, you'll cycle through different modes, but we stay on city mode first. So if I lower the brightness, you'll see that the runtime will increase. Okay, so it's increasing 10 hours, 13 hours, 13 hours, 13 minutes it will last. So if I increase it back up to 1000 lumens, there you go, it goes up to 5 hours 54 minutes. Okay, you can connect this to the BR35. There you go. Okay, so once you're in, usually this routes to the right side, so right thumb. So beam pattern is also important for the kind of riding you do. There are basically only 3 kinds of riding, right? One is a city. So if I turn this on, you can see that it cycles through the mode. City riding, road riding, and trail riding. So let's go into city. So city riding is your typical, you know, round the block. You're going through parks, your PCN. So you're avoiding curbs, you're avoiding drains. You're not going really fast, but you're curving in and out, and you're avoiding pedestrians as well. You don't need a very long beam because you're moving at a slower speed. So that's why you have the short range beam here at the bottom. So the short range beam is actually this one, the lower LED here. And then there's a white panel here to reflect light downwards. So you see immediately that here is lit. So you can see right at your front wheel even. Okay, so there are some lights that just shine far. They don't shine down in front of you, which is the most important thing for city riding. And of course, for city riding, there's your occasional cat or dog or person that walks by you. So you need to high beam him. Just click on the remote. It high beams for 3 seconds. You see the top one turn on. After 3 seconds, it turns off. So then you can go get on with your way. So you don't need to constantly cycle and all that kind of things. Okay. So the remote switch, you realize, only controls the high beam or low beam, and you can turn off cycle modes. But if you want to change brightness, you have to press the switches here. So here you have it at a really high 800 lumens, which is more than enough for any kind of city riding. So don't ride around town with a high beam all the way, or you know, something like this, and then you just high beam everybody as you cycle around. So next is road riding. So the faster you go, the further ahead you need to see. That's where you start to use the big light here, the long range beam. So let's switch over to the long range mode. Turn on, city, road. Okay, once it's on road, you can switch between the short range beam or the long range beam constant on. So here I have it in the long range beam, and then press again, it goes short range beam. So the thinking behind this is when you're going fast on a clear straight road, switch to the long beam. So you realize that, you know, the corners are not lit. What you see is really straight ahead, tunnel vision down, because you're going really fast speed, okay? But if when you slow down, you're at a traffic stop, traffic light, and then you sort of don't want to blind oncoming traffic, you press one more time and you switch back to the short range. So it sort of angles the beam down so you don't blind other people. So you can move at slower speed across wherever you need to navigate at junction or maybe even that. So once you're back out to a straight road, switch it back, long range beam, and then you just power through again. Okay, so it's very simple. Really helps the kind of riding you do, the kind of modes that it offers. Okay, so the last one we go into is trail riding. Again, it cycles road to trail. Okay, now trail, all lights are on. Okay, so you can see that both the top and bottom is on, because trail modes, you're dealing with all kinds of obstacles, up, down, you're going fast and then you're going slow, all kinds of different sections up and down. So you need to see far and you need to see wide, because there are all kinds of obstacles, especially at BT. If you're going, you know, there's a very sheer drop to the side, you don't want to fall off, that kind of thing. So then what does the remote do when you're in trail mode? It actually turns off the high beam. That's it. If you want to conserve, you're going at a really slower pace, you don't need to see so far, just have it on this, the short range beam, and then you're good to go. Enter into a place where you need to see further, off-road, just click, and then dual beams up. This is a full 1800 lumens. Alright, so second most important thing you need when riding at night is, you know, a secondary light. Bright lights are mounted on the handlebar, so they only shine in one direction. What if you need to look to the left or look to the right to check obstacles, or, you know, look at something, especially with your off-road trail in the middle of BT, in the middle of the night, it's pitch black all around. You can't like turn your handlebar and look to the right. You have to follow the trail, right? So that's where a second headlamp comes in to attach to your helmet. So something like this, I have a sample helmet here. So something like this, what kind of light can we mount to the top so that, you know, it helps us in our riding? So this is what we recommend, UT32. So this is actually Nitecore's best-selling running headlamp. It's made with two beams, turning on, white beam, and a yellow beam. So I won't go through the science of white and yellow, but this is made to cut through all kinds of weather, rain, off-road terrain. One is a flood beam, one is a sport beam. On a helmet, on a bike, it's gonna be even better. Okay, so how could we mount this, right? So it comes with this, basically a headlamp, a headband strap. Okay, so it's very difficult to tie the whole thing around your helmet. So what the guys have doing is they remove the strap, then just attach or zip tie or velcro tie this rubber mount to the helmet. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. There. So I've removed the headband from the rubber, so you can see that there are mounting slots for you to zip tie this to the helmet. Alright, there. So I have it zip tied down really secure, so this is not going anywhere. So note for the UT32, the headlamp always goes in on the right. The light is removable this way, so you need to charge battery, change batteries. You can just easily remove the entire headlamp from your helmet, you know, without removing or undoing the mount again. Perfect. Easy fit. There you go. Alright, so now we have it in the yellow pattern. Okay, perfect. Alright, it's securely mounted to the helmet, so it's not gonna go anywhere. The whole thing is waterproof as well. Alright, so now wherever you look, the helmet, you can see as well. Okay, it's excellent. So you realize it's not gonna drop off. It's very, very secure. Okay, so if you want to remove it, just slide the whole thing out of the helmet and you can keep the mount there. Okay, you can also buy spare mounts of this to mount on several different helmets if you wish as well. That's it. This is very easy, effective, and very powerful solution. So one is always pointing forward and the other one to help you to look around whenever you need. Alright, this is a perfect double light combination. Now some of you will be wondering, you know, why would I need a helmet light or secondary light when I'm cycling at night, right? Especially if you're going off-roading trails. If you think that you don't need a secondary light, then you've never had a puncture before in the middle of the night, in the middle of the forest, okay? So a backup light is very important for if you fall off your bike, or your buddy's in trouble, you need to turn around and help him, or your main light fails. Even imagine in the middle of BT and then your main light fails and then you're stuck in pitch black forest all around. What are you gonna do, right? So you must have a backup light, and the best will be a backup helmet light. Of course, a setup like this will look like complete overkill for city or even road riding. Yes, it is. It's meant for BT riding, off-road riding at night. So the more lights you have, the more area you can see around you, the more safer and more confident you feel when riding. It also makes everything more enjoyable, okay? Trust me on that. It's really fun when you're not afraid anymore, because you can see where you're going. The whole experience of riding at night, the cool air, darkness, just you, your light and your bike is really much more enjoyable with the correct lights, okay? Alright, the third thing you must have for night riding is a proper bike mount, okay? So look here, the mount has to be a screw mount. So there are many mounts on the market that offer third-party, strapping of a tactical light to the bar, or even those cheaper lights where it's just a rubber band round from the back to the front. So those things, it wouldn't last. As soon as you hit a curb, it's gonna bump and then your light is gonna adjust. Where something like this is screw mounted, so your light will never adjust. Look, I'm pressing really hard, it doesn't adjust. So once it's installed, you can see the only way to remove it is from the back. So just push down, pull out, and the whole light pops out like this, okay? Really simple to charge without messing up the calibration that you already have on your bike, okay? So if you want to put it back again from the front, just pop it in, clicks, and then you're good to go, okay? As simple as that. It's a very streamlined mount, okay? So these thinner pads come with the mount, okay? So you can, depending on what size you have on your handlebar, you can swap this piece out and put the thinner ones in. Okay, once the whole thing is open, pop it into your handlebar like so, and then align the screw back, and then just screw it back in to tighten all the way like that. So you can see it clamp down. So once it gets tighter clamp down, let's get the angle right. These are really secure. So once you realize that it's a bit tight, good, means you still can adjust it. Then slap your light on your bike, turn it on, get the right height, angle. Once you're happy with it, tighten the whole thing down all the way as far as you can go until it's really secure, and now there, okay, it does not move anymore. Okay, it's a very secure hold. And if you want to remove the light to charge, just pop the lever down on the back like this, pop it out, and then you're going to charge, okay? So if you want to put it back, just slide it in again until you hear a click, pop, and then you're good to go. Alright, this is the BR35, okay? Road, city, trail, off-roading, this is the one light to do it all. Okay, you've seen how easy it is to remove the light from the bar. So now let's talk about charging. So how do we charge it? It's via USB cable. So you can plug it into any USB port, but I have it plugged into a power station here. So here's the port. Alright, it's micro USB. Use the included cable. Alright, once it's in, you can see the battery display here. It takes about, here you can see it's fully charged, but if this was 0, it takes about 4.5 hours to charge from 0 to full. There's a built-in 6,800 mAh battery in the bottom here, 500 recharge cycles, and once it's full, you have a shelf life of about a year. If you don't cycle often, just keep the light charged, and then every 3 months you take it, it still works. The battery won't die out on you. So if you always ride at night or want to start doing that, this should be high on your list of things to get. If you've never tried it, the experience of riding under moonlight, right, surrounded by darkness all around with just the light lighting up the path ahead of you is really actually very surreal. Okay, but please do it with proper lighting. Get a quality main bike light, and then a backup headlamp for in case anything happens to you or your buddy, you can still get around or get out of the situation. These are all in stock now at nitecorelights.com, and this is the best time to buy because we are throwing in a free UT32 headlamp with your BR35 purchase. Yes, we're throwing in a free headlamp with every bike light purchase because this is the best combination to give you the best nighttime riding experience, be it on-road, off-road, city riding. This kind of combination cannot go wrong. Of course, the UT32 does not come with battery, so we're going to throw in a battery charger combo like this, okay? UI1 and a 2300 battery to get you started. If you want a longer runtime, just upgrade this to a 3500 battery. So this is everything you get in the whole entire combination. The whole thing is available online. The promo code to get this entire bundle is BR35 free. So make sure you enter it during checkout to guarantee these bonuses. Okay, these bonuses are only for limited time only. Once the stock they are set aside is sold out, then we won't have this combination anymore. So the whole set is just $229 or 3 installments of $76 per month. So you realize it's just $76 to get you fully equipped. Go for your next night, right? You don't have to buy anything else. You got a solid headlamp, a solid bike light. Yeah, basically that's all you need, right? So order before they're sold out, as these kind of promo items do sell out very fast. As usual, these comes with a bulletproof 5-year warranty, so anything wrong with it, just bring it back to us. We'll change it. That's it, right? Safe. If you want to see more videos like this on what kind of Nitecore lights work best for any kind of purpose, just hit subscribe below, and I will see you on the next one. MJ signing out.